trucks last?
So, a lot of different reasons. A big one that I will preach about for a long time, I guess, cylinder deactivation. Seems to cause a lot of issues. You're adding moving parts. GM's been using it for a long time. They call it AFM for active fuel management. Dodge is calling it MDS for multi-displacement. And I think Ford's like VDE for variable displacement engine. They all essentially do the same thing, albeit sometimes in different ways. I guess the most common ones would be GM that we've seen a lot of failures with. They use hydraulically controlled lifters and a solenoid to basically to close the valves on 4 cylinders, and then they cut fuel to those. Well, that sounds like a great idea, and I mean, yeah, you do get a little bit of economy for it, or from it, but those extra moving parts, those lifters fail, and it is not a cheap repair, especially when you start wiping cam loads and things like that. So that's one big one. Another one is, and this is another thing I think is really emissions driven, but transmissions have been getting more and more complex. So you get into these 8 and 10 speed transmissions, we're seeing failures all over the place. And I'm talking like 50, 60,000 miles on a truck that is used as a grocery getter. That is unacceptable in my opinion. But again, you have all these extra gears, you have all these extra moving parts. There's a lot more going on in there. They're trying to squeeze everything they can out of it. You can only fit so much in a box that's this big. And you can't make the box bigger without making the truck bigger. So that's kind of where I stand with it. But yeah, we see a lot of premature failures on variable displacement, cylinder deactivation with engines, and transmission failures, just catastrophic internal failures. Yeah, but that's kind of where I'm at with it.
We see a lot of failures too out of these half-ton trucks that people just tow light campers, boats, stuff like that with. But early 2000s, everybody was towing with half-tons. What changed there?
How many gears are in the transmission? Just shoving more into the same size package. That is the biggest part of it to me. I mean, you can kind of help alleviate that by getting more frequent with fluid flushes and things like that, but they're still just going to keep seeing issues, man. There are too many moving parts in that tiny little box.